BWOne here from BWOne.com. I have my YouTube battle jacket on, and we're going to do a battle between two top Samsung 4G phones. That is the Samsung Infuse 4G on AT&T and the DROID Charge on Verizon. We're going to see which one of these two 4G phones is the best. This is going to be a battle. Now, this is going to be a battle between the two of these phones because these phones really have a lot of similarities between them. All right, let's take a look at the physical differences here. The Infuse 4G does have a 4.5-inch display, AMOLED display, versus the DROID Charge, which has a 4.3-inch AMOLED display. Both have front-facing cameras at 1.3 megapixels. Now here below, while the Samsung Infuse 4G has the traditional touch-sensitive buttons, the DROID Charge uses physical buttons for the menu keys. Flip it back here on the side. They both have 8 megapixel cameras that both record 720p and have LED flash. They're both excellent cameras. We show pretty much the same camera inside both of these phones since they're both made by Samsung. The only small differences that I would say is that if you choose widescreen option in the Infuse 4G, it does have I believe it dummies the resolution down to 7.2. And this actually, when you use widescreen, it uses at 6 megapixels. So that's the only real difference I found between the two of these in terms of camera. They're both excellent quality. And like I said before, second to probably the Nokia's cameras, like in the E7 and such, and the Nokia Sound. And you can see here, they're both pretty much made of plastic with chrome trimmings around them. Samsung does have on the Infuse 4G has sort of this the kind of grip finish back here. I would say it's made of plastic that tries to fool you that it's not. It does actually feel good that it feels that way though. And you can see here in the differences of size. While the Infuse 4G is bigger sort of overall, it's definitely a lot thinner than the DROID Charge, which isn't as thin. You can see, so we do some comparisons there. Buttons are pretty much all in the identical same place. Kind of look right between them here. And in terms of processor, they both have a Hummingbird processor. Now this is clocked at 1.2 gigahertz, the Infuse 4G, while the DROID Charge is at 1 gigahertz, so it's just a little bit faster. Now, is it truly noticeable? If you really look at it, it is. Is it really going to be something that's a deal breaker? I doubt for most it will be. Let's go ahead and power on both devices here. Power and lock that. And you're going to see something really similar, which is the software. Software is pretty much exactly the same. They both run Touch Wiz over Android 2.2. And you can see here and kind of get an idea on the smoothness and speed. I would say maybe the Infuse 4G is just a little bit faster in terms of going between desktops. You have the same Touch Wiz interface. Applications are pretty much the same way. Pre-installed apps are whatever that carrier has. So AT&T, they have their pre-installed apps. Verizon has their pre-installed apps in with it as well. Head on back home here. And same 7 desktops. Really the exact same software. Maybe a little bit different look here at the bottom with the menu versus what's on here as well too. But yeah. Yeah, the same exact software in between both of them. So really these phones are really close to being really the same. It's really physical differences, and internally with the 1.2 gigahertz and the 1 gigahertz processor. But what's also different is while they're both 4G phones, this has LTE in it, and this just uses I believe HSUPA. I might have the terms wrong here, but AT&T is going to be deploying LTE out soon, but this isn't an LTE enabled device, so it's using what they still consider 4G inside of it. And the difference in speed between both of them, I can tell you right now, the LTE speeds and the consistency in the DROID Charge is much better than what I've seen at AT&T. It's been documented that it's AT&T's 4G hasn't been that great, and we'll actually do a speed test between the two of them so you can see the differences. And I haven't ran a speed test in a little bit, so these are going to be fresh speed tests. All right, try to start them at the same exact time. And okay, let's begin. You're going to see the DROID Charge just took off there. The download speed at 12.0 megabits a second and upload of 5.18. The Infuse 4G is at 1.65 megabits downloading, and uploading it's not even going to reach a megabit. I mean, it's just crazy how, you know, we're in Boston, and just the speeds on the Infuse 4G are just not anywhere close to where 4G is. It's almost slower than 3G. We'll even restart a test again for you just to show you the differences there. And I also might have the display up a little bit brighter on the DROID Charge now that I'm looking at it. But they're both pretty much the same in terms of brightness and sharpness, just differences in size there. Alright, and he had 8.87 the second time around, 5.16 on the upload, 1.83 on the download here, and it's going to reach now finally a meg on the upload here. You can just see right there, 4G it just blows away on Verizon, where the AT&T and the Samsung Infuse 4G just isn't there. So it's a really tough decision between the two of these phones, and I guess I got to make one. So this is a tough battle here between these two phones, and trying to pick a winner here. They're both very good premier Android phones from Samsung here, very top tier premium phones here. What's really going to come down to is pretty much what these phones are about, and that is the 4G speeds. And for 4G, I've just had a better experience with the Samsung DROID Charge on Verizon's network. AT&T's 4G speeds, what they advertise as 4G, isn't as good as the 4G here on the Samsung DROID Charge. Also, it's 4G LTE, which is going to be the future, which AT&T is going to be moving to anyway, which they don't have an LTE device out just yet. So if I had to pick between the two of them, and it's a really tough choice, it would be the Samsung DROID Charge. That doesn't make the Infuse 4G a bad device, so definitely check out the review of the Infuse 4G and the full review of the Samsung DROID Charge to make your own opinion. But in my opinion, in this battle, the DROID Charge just squeaks by here, being the better 4G phone. So this is BWOne here from BWOne.com, reminding you, subscribe to our YouTube page, follow us on Twitter, become a fan of our Facebook fan page. Also check out the write-up on this battle. All the links to our social media, and that is in our description, as it always is. And always remember to live your tech world high definition.